What's up guys, and welcome to the first video of the playthrough of Elden Ring. I'm putting these together basically because I see a lot of people going to play this game and they get to this first area and they just end up getting their asses kicked over and over again 20-40 times and then quit the game, never play it again. And then state, well, you know what I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, because basically there's no clear objective, there's no markers to point you to where you're going and whatever else. It's very much figure it out yourself, explore, build your character, and then go and do the storyline. There is a storyline. So in these videos, you know what I mean, I'm going to be obviously doing the playthrough of the game and exploring all the areas, all the caves, all the different hidden away areas, grabbing all the armor sets, the weapons, the spirit ashes, the, you know what I mean, the magic, all that sort of stuff, as well as perfecting this character, which I am trying to keep it like a Viking / Thunder sort of thing. So the game doesn't start here. You have to go in here and do what you call a prologue, which is basically, you know what I mean, like a little bit of training. Gets you used to the controls, tells you what different things are for, how to use the combat mechanics and all that sort of stuff. So after that, you come out here, and this will be the start of the actual game. So you'll see this thing here. This is called a Sight of Grace. So whenever you see these things, you want to rest at them. But for your first 5, lighting these up here, you can see there's like a kind of path. You know what I mean, like a kind of it kind of shows you where you need to be going. And essentially the first part of the game, you know what I mean, the first part is to defeat the boss in this castle up here, to be able to continue this guy's quest, which you will need to do. There's no doubt about it, you're going to need to do it. So we're gonna get on with doing that. I'll do these in parts. I won't do a full 4-hour long video. I'll do them in hours. So, you know what I mean, they kind of work like episodes and whatever else. And it's going to be a long series, because basically you can sink 100+ hours into this game. But with all that, you know what I mean, I'm going to show you everything that I know anyway. I don't know everything about this game, but I know quite a bit. So the first thing you're going to be wanting to do is get a horse. It's fairly easy to get, fairly easy. You get this horse. It's called Torrent, and it's kind of like a spectral steed. So that meaning, you know what I mean, it's kind of like a ghost sort of thing. But you're going to need him, no doubt about it, because the world out here is just huge. So you're going to need him. The first thing you want to do is you want to be running straight over here. If you see herbs and stuff, be sure to grab them. If you come up here onto this rock face, I wouldn't even call it a rock face, I think it's just like a fallen monument or something daft like that, you'll get some rune fragments, which you use for messing about with your armors and whatever else. But worth collecting, because you can sell them as well for ruins. And ruins are what you're going to be needing to upgrade, you know what I mean, your skills, your strength, your dexterity, your intelligence, your arcane, your faith, all that shit. So you're gonna need to kill things. and farm ruins, and luckily for you, in later videos I'll show you farming methods which will be sure to make, you know what I mean, farming ruins, you know what I mean, a whole lot easier. So you'll come in here. I've already done this, so it won't show up for me again, but at the smithing table you'll see like something shiny sat on there, and that is a smithing stone, one of these. Now these are used to upgrade our ornaments, so they're used to upgrade your weapons. You can't upgrade your armor. You can find better armor sets, but you can't upgrade armor pieces. You can upgrade your shield and your weapons at the smithing tables, and that's it. Talk to this guy. Exhaust his dialogue. I mean, in that, just keep talking to him until he repeats himself. If you've heard it before, go on to the next thing and keep talking to him. Skip through it, because you're going to experience it anyway, so I can skip through it. But he also sells a crafting bag kit, which you're going to need, but you need 300 ruins for it, so go and kill a couple of things. Ideally you want him really to buy everything in here. You want it all. Every vendor you just want to exhaust it completely. I don't think you can exhaust the arrows. I think you can, I'm not too sure, but grab a couple of arrows. That torch comes in handy. The armor's not too bad, neither is the shield. Telescope you'll need. Finger remedies, we'll get to them later on. Pots, yeah, I'll grab some of them as well. We'll get to that later on. And cookbooks, definitely worth getting cookbooks, because it allows you to craft different items, which you are going to need. Rest at this site of grace, and you should see options to talk to someone called Melina. You should have had her on the last site of grace over there, but you'll keep on getting prompts to talk to her, so exhaust her dialogue, and then after that you're gonna stay on this path, right? See, now you can get about, you know what I mean, testing your character out and fighting some stuff. So basically just farm as many runes you can off of these guys, and they will drop stuff like bolts. Some of them will drop armor pieces, even this shield, which I guarantee is probably one of the best shields you can have, especially when you start upgrading it. Its stats are just crazy. I'll show you. It's just crazy for a starter shield. 100% physical damage it blocks, magic 55, fire 59, lightning 39. You know, it's good. It's decent. It's decent. The stats could be better, and there are shields out there that provide better, but for a starter shield, this is bang on. For it to, you know what I mean, block 100% of, you know what I mean, physical damage. You know what I mean, it's bang on. And then, you know what I mean, I started with this axe as well, because it came with the character selection, so... Oh, he's gonna see me, innit? How the fuck did he not see me? Anyway. Just fuck these guys up, get yourself some ruins while you're at it. If you die, which you might well do, it's fine, you'll drop your ruins where you died, but if you die again straight after, yeah, you lose them forever. So it's always worth, you know what I mean, just going back, collecting your ruins first, because that will reset it, and then go and tackle these guys and try and farm them for ruins. they do respawn. You just go back to a site to grace, rest at it, opt out, and then you know what I mean, just go back for it and just rinse and repeat. But yeah, go around here and just collect any like herbs, mushrooms and shit that you can see. Anything that's worth it picking up. Now these things are called golden scarabs. I call them golden scarabs. There's probably a different name out there, and some of them are tricky to get because they can just roll away and they are quite fast. They're not the trickiest ones. That's later on. Later on I'll show you. As I say, I'm going to show you everything. So basically, kill him, and I think he will, you know what I mean, restock your potions. I don't think he'll do it every time, but he'll drop ruins anyway, so you may as well kill him. Go across here, you know what I mean, grab everything that you possibly, you know what I mean, that you can see. Don't worry about killing any of the wildlife. I think you get leather or some bones and shit. If you're gonna farm resources, then you know what I mean, go for it. And then you come across here. Ignore this thing down here. It's not the way we're going. Anyway, not just yet. Anyway, so you'll come to this grace point, site of grace, and she'll appear again, Melina. But this time she's going to gift you a horse. And so I think there's a prompt to accept. So accept it. It's more or less straightforward, but listen to what she's saying, because within this game, because there's no set objective, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing telling me what I need to do. It's always worth listening to the NPCs. And then you'll get, you know what I mean, a sort of gist about, you know what I mean, what the game's about. And it's some of it's quite interesting. Some of the cutscenes in this are pretty fucked up, so it's always worth just watching them. From here, you want to run straight through this place. So you've got your horse, where you're not going to be sure how to equip it. So I'll show you how to do that. If you click, I'm on Xbox, so if I click my start button, and go across the pouch with the D-pad, this will come up. So press Y to switch, and then you've got your spectral steed whistle, and then click A to equip it. Unequipped, equipped. And the same with your potions, the flask of cerulean tears, which is your stamina, and then your crimson tears, which is your health potions. And then lone wolf ashes, you won't have them yet, but I'm going to show you how to get some ashes, because it'll just make it easier for doing a little bit of farming after this. So you want to run straight through here on your horse. Don't attack anything. Just run straight through. You've got time later on to attack these people. When you're a bit stronger, you got some levels behind you. You know what I mean? You're more clued up about you know what I mean, combat techniques and whatever else. You'll come here to this golden tree, and there'll be a golden seed to pick up. Now they're really interesting, definitely worth picking up, because with your flasks you can add a charge to your flasks, which will give you more flasks, and it's worth, you know what I mean, just picking up. Come over here to these guys, you'll see a smithing stone. Pick that up, because you're going to need it. These are things that you're wanting to pick up early in the game, so you have them. As I said, you know what I mean, we'll get to smithing stones. We're just doing like the basic stuff today. And then come round here. you can go through the road. Some wolves drop down from the sky and chase after you and whatever else. But best come around this way. We're trying to avoid combat at the minute if we can. Rest at this side, Grace. I think there might be some more dialogue for you to go through. If there is, go for it. Come up here and pick this item up off this guy. As I said, I've done this, so it's not showing up for me. And exhaust this person's dialogue. Exhaust it. Basically, the story behind her is she stepped foot on the island with a party of people, and all the people got kidnapped and taken to the castle, where their arms and legs were cut off and fused to the master of that castle. So when you see him, it'll all make sense. That's one you have to defeat. Exhaust her dialogue and she'll wait there for a little bit. But you're wanting the ashes, the spirit call ashes. You've got to have them. It's worth having. They help out a lot, especially when there's a lot of people, or there's a tough boss you need to go against, or something that's killed you over and over again. You can call these ashes, and what they'll do is they'll take aggro for you. So they'll attack, and also they'll take a beating for you. You know what I mean? It's just worth having them. It just frees up a lot for you to be able to, you know what I mean, deal some damage yourself and just get it dealt with. I'll show you how they work when we've got to the place we need to be able to collect them. And so again, come back down here and just run straight through. If you see anything worth picking up, if you can pick it up, if not, whatever, doesn't really matter. Nothing should be attacking you, you know what I mean? Nothing should get close to attacking you while you're on this horse, because it's pretty fast. Double tap the B button. What button is it on PlayStation? I'm not even sure. But B button for Xbox, you'll find it for PlayStation or whatever. And just keep running through all the way back, collecting everything on the way if you can. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And you'll arrive here, back at the Church of Ella. You can fast travel back there if you want. You know what I mean? Just go over to here. Is select. Is it select? It's the other button on the Xbox. 2 squares. Whatever. Click that. And then click this one, Church of Ella. And, you know what I mean? Fast travel back here. And you're here. Rest of this side of Grace. I think there's a special amount of time to be able to spawn. Is it Renna? Anyway, it's a witch, and she'll sit here. She'll sit right on this wall here, and she'll start talking to you. If she doesn't appear straight away, then what you want to do is you want to, you know what I mean, make her appear. So pass some time, do it nightfall, try all 3 of these time zones, time space a day. See if you can get it to spawn. And then, you know what I mean, each time just walk there and you should see like a purple mist. You know what I mean, like a mist gather around here. She's a spectral being, so she just won't walk. You know what I mean, she'll just arrive, you know what I mean. Anyway, once you've got her, she'll give you a spirit ash. Now these are very useful, as I said. You know what I mean, I think it's lone wolf ashes she'll give you. So this will summon 3 lone wolf spirits. And they do attack. They do. The other one, I think you get from the other lady we've just spoken to. She gives you the jellyfish ash. Which basically it doesn't, well, it does attack you, it'll spit poison. But it's very weak, but it can take a beating. It's more or less what it is for. But when you go to upgrade these, because you can upgrade these, they'll become stronger. They'll have more health. There's loads of them to collect. And I'll show you where to get a mass majority of them from. Anyway, so you want to equip your spirit ashes for you to be able to use them. Again, go to your pouch, select a slot. You should have one more slot left. Go to switch, and then go down to here where you'll see your spirit ashes and just select it. And you know what I mean, now they're equipped. Now you can't summon these all the time, you know what I mean. Like, it spun me out. First time I played this, I was like, well, why can't I spawn them? You know what I mean? I'm stood here, I'm going across to my pouch and I'm trying to spawn them and I just keep getting this. You know what I mean? Nothing's happening. So then, you know what I mean, I thought, well, do I need to upgrade like my magic, you know what I mean, or anything like that? No, it's not that. It's not that. You pay attention to the screen, you'll see on the left hand side, it'll say wild strikes. And just keep looking, and bang, you'll see it right above the little icon. Kind of looks like a gateway, or like, you know what I mean, some sort of portal. So that's when you can use your spirit ashes, so you can summon them. And here they are. 3 dire wolves to go with the sort of Viking build. So these will attack. You know what I mean? They'll follow you about. They don't last forever. I think you get probably a minute and a half out of them. But they're ideal to have. If you go too far from where they were spawned, they will disappear. They'll start fading. I don't know why that happens. There's probably a reason behind it. But essentially, you know what I mean, like, they're fading. So if we step back a bit here, I don't think they can fade in attack mode. But essentially, look, now he's focused on them. You know what I mean? He's focused on them. They're focused on him. You don't really need to do anything. Unless there's a couple of them and they're getting the better of your wolves. You can see, like, the health of them each. You don't know which one's got the lowest health because it doesn't work like that. But you can see that obviously they're taking a little bit of damage from that fight. If you want to get rid of them, just run off. And all, you know what I mean, be ready for you next time. So yeah, with that, you know what I mean, you've got your horse, your spirit summons, and you know what I mean, like some decent items if you've farmed, you know what I mean, started just killing everything within sight. You probably would have got some dropped items and whatever else. You know what I mean, you won't get a lot, but the more you farm it, the better. So later on, I think there's quite a few of them around in Limgrave. This is called Limgrave. This is Limgrave. This is the first area. Now you'll notice a lot of the map is just blacked out. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing up here, and the map's huge. The reason for that is you need to find map fragments, and there's one really close to where, you know what I mean, where we are. Your first map fragment. So I'll show you where that is. But you'll see these dotted about, these freaky looking statues. Freaky looking things. These will show you where hidden tunnels are, or cave systems, or anything worth exploring. Now, the caves can be pretty hard as well. Like they're packed full of all sorts of different creatures, and usually there is a boss at the end of every one of them. Defeat the boss, get a decent weapon, I don't know, maybe, you know what I mean, a helmet, or a spirit ash, or a magic ability to put on your weapon. So it's worth doing them. There's actually 3 caves in this little... Is there 3? 2 or 3 caves in this, just this little piece here. There's one here. I've not done it because I need to upgrade a little bit. There's one there where we've just been. We've got to acquire your materials. If you run across here, you'll see some enemies patrolling about. Kill them if you want. Remember, if you die, to come back here to pick up your ruins. There's a door there. You will need to go in there eventually. I wouldn't recommend going in there at the start of the game. It's suicide. I'm pretty sure there was something else across here as well. Or I'm probably mistaken. These guys, you know what I mean, are just basically what I just called targets, you know what I mean? Like, they're called nobles, and basically they're people that have been... There's a story, I think they've got like... With the way that, you know what I mean, they're not... They're just fucked. They will attack you. But that torch he was carrying will do stagger damage. So if he hits you with that, you'll stagger. And he can do it repeatedly as well, which is pretty annoying. It can kill you pretty easily. Anyway. So, yeah. Been across there and explored that. Feel free to have a go at the caves. You know what I mean? Have a go. See what's what. You might be able to do it. There's a boss at each on each of them. They're not too hard, but they will kill you. Right. Anyway, map fragment. So come back across here. You can fast travel if you want, whatever, or just go on killing. Keep going across here. Rest at this grace point. Get your potions back, your stamina potions back, and all that shit. And you see we collected that earlier. Alright. This is what I mean by, like, a lot of the things respawn back in. And it's there again. And so you may as well collect it again. You'll see these guards patrolling about, and that means, you know what I mean, they're guarding something. So we're gonna go grab what they're guarding. Might die, might not. Yeah, just be a bit careful because they can deal some heavy damage. Anyway, if you're wanting to farm this, it's pretty simple. Just be clever about it, take your time. Be quick. Be sure to, you know what I mean, block attacks, and then you can stun them, and then follow up with a heavy attack, or a light attack, you know what I mean, which will do a finisher kind of thing. You know what I mean, which will deal heavy damage. With these, you just gotta wait for him to attack, really. And then just follow up with the heavy attack there, light attack. Fucked it. So you should have your spirit ashes. Take a potion. You can call them in now. And they'll just wait until an enemy gets so close to them, and then they'll just attack. I would recommend doing this at night time, because you'll get bats, and they're just annoying. You have to lock onto them and use a lot of parries and all that shit, you know what I mean, to deal with them. However, you know what I mean, the choice is yours. Get this guy. You can't hit them when they're on the ground no more, which is a bit annoying. You used to be able to. I think they've probably patched it. Just beat an absolute monster. But there is two things you ought to avoid. And one is a knight here. These are not classed as knights, these are soldiers. The knight is that guy there with... You can tell he's a knight. His armor's a whole lot different. He is powerful. He is. He's a boss. Anyway, come down here. Come down into this little catacomb here. Open this door. Usually with these you'll find bosses in them, but this one is pretty kind. However, now it's, you know what I mean, you've got your first skill, so with this you'll need a whetstone knife, which in the next video I'm going to show you where to get it from. But you'll just grab this anyway because it's worth grabbing. See, these are skills for ornaments, so these are weapon skills. So you can only have one per weapon. You can duplicate them though. So you can use the skill on a different weapon or take it off and whatever else. So this is worth getting. And then it's just going to tell you about it all. With a whetstone knife you can use Ashes of War to grant affinities to ornaments at sites of grace. This way you can alter an ornament's attack affinity, boost attribute scaling and more. An ornament's type determines what affinities you can have. Some special ornaments, like those with unique skills, cannot be granted new affinities. That means if you pick up a weapon, oh, you get the whetstone knife there. Oh, that's good stuff. That means if you've got a weapon and it's already got a skill on it, you can't do it. You know what I mean? It has to be a base weapon like what I'm holding now. You'll get weapons with their own abilities. Them ones can't be changed. You know what I mean? It can't be messed about with. That is it for that weapon. And I usually call them, you know what I mean, legendary weapons, because some of them are just overly powerful. If your build is right, you're causing serious damage with them. And so, try and find like a base weapon. You'll find loads of base weapons, different sorts of weapons from, you know what I mean, swords, katanas, flails, spears, all that shit. You know what I mean, which you can play about with and, you know what I mean, do things. So this is what we were after, one of the things we're after anyway, in this treasure box here. In these treasure boxes you get weapons. And we got a flail. You'll always get a flail here. Pretty decent weapon, you know what I mean. Have a play about with it, equip it, go to equipment, click on that. And go to, you know what I mean, equip it. That's if you meet the requirements, so strength D. Which isn't, dexterity 18, you know what I mean, so you have to get your dexterity up to 18 by obviously leveling it. Leveling yourself up, which you know what I mean, you can start doing once you've farmed enough ruins, and it'll take a little bit. It will, but all the time, you know what I mean, you're just earning with these guys, you're farming their items, like, you know what I mean, bolts, different armor pieces, all that shit. So kill this guy. Be sure to try and avoid the night. I mean, if you do kill him, then fair enough. Your map fragment will be here. So be sure to collect that shit. Look, Godric's soldier helm, which I've got here. You know what I mean, I've got on here. Sometimes you'll see these things as well on the ground. Like little tips, little messages left by other players, and then you'll get bloodstains. Where you'll see where other players have died. And these are actual players as well. So you can kind of learn from it. So anyway, with that, no, I don't think there's anything on the back of this carriage. No, there's not. Oh shit, hang on. Oh yeah, so there is. Grab this one as well. And pick that up. And so you'll get a great sword as well. So out of that, if you keep farming it, you can get yourself, you know what I mean, a full set of decent armor. You know what I mean, and some boots and shit. You know what I mean, you can get the gauntlets and whatever else, and this armor will serve you well for, until you find your next set. It's pretty decent. Anyway, rest of the site of grace. And there they are, they're all back. Just rinse and repeat it until you've probably got about, I don't know, 15-20,000 ruins. Farm this place for the full set of this armor and whatever else you can get out of it. Because, you know what I mean, you'll probably want to be wearing this armor for a little bit as you get further into the game. Don't worry about character building just yet, because there's just no point in it. There's no point in doing a character build just yet. Like, you know what I mean, you can plan it and find all the items, you know what I mean, you want for it. But there's no point saying, well, you know what I mean, like, well, because this armor ain't usually what a Viking would wear, you know what I mean, I'm not going to wear it. At this point, it's very much survival. You know what I mean? You have to survive, and if that armor is the best thing for you, then you know what I mean. It just puts you, you know what I mean, on the same level as these guys. You know what I mean, kind of, because they're wearing the same. Then, you know what I mean, like, it's fair. Yes, what I meant by don't do this at night. Try and stay alive, use your potions if you can. He needs to go. Don't forget to lock on to the bats as well, which is the clicking in the right stick on the Xbox. Don't forget. Otherwise it's just gonna, you know what I mean, just gonna take the piss to get them. Golden ruins, that's another thing as well. You might come across something called a golden ruin, and these are awesome. Like, you can, I don't know whether or not I should tell you this, but you'll find players that will give you golden ruins, and these can go all the way up to, like, I think 15, but they contain ruins, so when you use them you get the ruins. This one is just a small number of ruins. I know it's probably about 200, and so use it. Yeah, 200. But some of them can grant, like, 50,000 runes at a time, and I don't really use them. I save them, and then when I need ruins, I'll use them. They come in handy. I did have one guy a couple of months ago who gave me a million's worth, and that did come in handy because I was actually farming for ruins. So you'll find people out, or you can buy ruins with like real money, and you know what I mean, just get ahead of the game. You can buy the armor sets if you want, but it just kind of takes the fun out of the game, you know what I mean, just exploring. And what you want really is the weapon these guys are carrying, which is this hammer. And to be fair, you know what I mean, it's worth picking up. It's a decent hammer. It is. But as I said, you know what I mean, keep farming these guys and eventually it'll drop. There is kind of like a drop rate on certain things, so you have to just keep farming it. If you've played these sort of games before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just keep farming it. It's time consuming, you know what I mean, you'll probably be here. I did this once for 4 hours, you know what I mean, rinse and repeat 4 hours. Stay away from the night. Try and get your wolves to aggro him so he focuses on them. Rather than you. They will help you take him down as well. There's a couple of sly digs in. He's already eaten. He's already got one wolf. He ate him. Sometimes he will drop something. But he didn't that time around, which is pretty shit actually. Down to my last potion. See, look at my ruins now at 3,000, 3,300, which is a decent amount of ruins. Now, because he blew his horn, they're all gonna, you know what I mean, swarming. That's why you should, you know what I mean, you pop your wolves, you know what I mean, you get your wolves out. So, majority of the time, they can take a good brunt of the force for you, you know what I mean, and you can survive. When I killed that one, he flashed blue and red. That means he's quite literally just restocked all my potions for me. However, you know what I mean, you still have to go all the way back up here and restart it to keep farming for your ruins. With that, you know what I mean, your wolves will disappear, but you know what I mean, you can easily summon them again. That's no worries. So once you've done this a few times, you'll start getting the hang of it. You know what I mean, and usually I can do this pretty easily. You know what I mean, just keep doing it, but you want to level up a little bit before you go anywhere else. That's the whole point of it. And yeah, it puts people off. Oh, well, I don't want to do all that. You know what I mean? I want to get straight into the action and shit. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Do your thing. But I'm just tired of people, you know what I mean, buying the game and giving up on it because they don't fully understand what they're doing. I mean, it's a Dark Souls game, you know what I mean? These are hard. Like, they are hard games to play. And a majority of it, just use your head, you know what I mean? Do your build properly. use the combat mechanics, you know what I mean? Read like the patterns of enemy attacks. Figure out how the enemy moves, what movesets he has, all that sort of shit, you know what I mean? Take your time. Because once you start getting it down to a T, like, kind of like that, you know what I mean? They can't touch you when you've got your shield up. Unless they hit you from the back. And you're locking on, you know what I mean? Like, you're defending yourself. You're becoming better at it. You know what I mean? Like, these are nothing compared to some of the bosses. Not bosses, but some of the enemies out here. Like, this is just the beginning. And it's already brutal. You know what I mean? Don't lock onto him. Oh shit. Just don't let them swarm you. Don't let them hit you too much, because they just cause heavy damage. Don't be afraid to just let your wolves just have a nibble. You know what I mean? Don't bother going back down that staircase again, because once you've got the item out of there, you know what I mean, that is it. It doesn't come back. Any extras are like helmets you get, any duplicates, they can be sold for runes. You can sell them at a later date, which does come in handy, to be fair. But a lot of they like the helmets, duplicates of armor pieces and shit, you know what I mean? If you're still lower level, yeah. Nope, didn't drop anything again. Right, so I'm gonna keep farming this on stream, because it's not stream while I'm recording, because it's just gonna take a bit of time to get to 20k. It is. So just, I don't know, you can level up with what you got. Of course you can, because obviously the levels don't cost too much. You know what I mean? So with this you've got Vigour, where it's split into Vigour, Mind, Endurance, Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, Faith and Arcane. And with that, you know what I mean, these are your attributes, these are what you're going to use to make everything more powerful. So Vigour, more HP, Mind, more FP, which is kind of like the magic, you know what I mean, how much magic things take. If you got more of that, you know what I mean, it's easier on you, sort of thing. And then your endurance, which is your stamina, and your carry weight. It's always good to have a good amount of stamina and carry weight, because some of the armor pieces and weapons can weigh a ton, and it'll just make you slow. So rolling out the way, you know what I mean, it's just slow, and you're more liable to just get attacked, and you know what I mean, you're not really that fast, so you want to be keeping that up. I would recommend putting a level into that every time you go for a bulk level up. You want to be leveling up between 5 and 10 levels every time you plan to level up, so make sure you get your runes for it, you know what I mean, without losing them, you know what I mean. Just go on a killing spree, farm an area, and do your thing. So, because we're going with kind of like a shield and axe, shield and sword, we're just going to be using a shield. We're going to have a bit of magic involved and whatever else, but I'm not going to worry about magic just yet. I'm not going to worry about anything like that just yet. So we're still pretty fresh to the game. There's no point. So, put 1 in vigor, 1 in endurance. Don't worry about mind. 1 in strength. So that's gonna put my attack power a little bit for my right ornament. 1, which is the axe. You can have 3 right ornaments. Eventually you want to be doing them all, because you're going to be carrying weapons, different weapons that you can switch out and use. But right now we're just going to focus on just doing what we can. Arcane, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't just yet. It depends what sort of build you're doing. With Arcane, it'll up your, you know what I mean, your discovery. You know what I mean, like vitality. Where is it? Yeah, it'll start doing that. Intelligence will like do your defense power and your immunity, your robustness, your focus, all that sort of shit. So that's worth doing if, you know what I mean, if you're planning on fighting enemies that do poison effect or bleed damage or anything like that. You want your immunity pretty high. Don't worry about that just yet. And you want dexterity as well, you know what I mean, just for a little boost. And we've still got some left, so we go vigor again. Then we go, well yeah, we'll just go vigor again. So that will boost us 5 levels. And also now it will cost more for us to level up. So now it's going to cost us 1,038 per level, or for the next 1 level to level up. And it will just keep rising and rising. On my other accounts, for me to level up, it cost me 300k to just do 1 level. So again, just go back and farm these guys, test your strength, you know what I mean, and you'll notice you're doing a bit more damage, and then you're ready to just, once you've done that enough and you feel like you've gained a good, I don't know, 10-15 levels out of it, then, you know what I mean, you're in a position to start exploring a bit more. So take them out if you want, but we're going exploring. And don't forget, you know what I mean, to buy from vendors and stuff like that. There's other ways to spend ruins. So just keep, just keep. That's it. The main thing is, you know what I mean, just keep your ruins. Just keep them increasing. Just keep increasing them. Try not to die too much, and try not to wander about at night too much either, because night spawns different enemies, and there's something on that bridge you really don't want to face just yet. There's 2 things, but in later videos, you know what I mean, I'll show you how to come across them and get them dealt with and get the rewards out of them. So if you were at night, spawn back to morning and use your horse, and just, you want to be avoiding these people on horseback. Just, you don't want to get into a battle with 2 or 3 of them at a time, and just explore a little around here. Don't go down into the lake there, because you're going to get toasted.
Oi,
you should
Could you help us out, Cully?
hear a voice. You should. It just seems like it's coming from from nowhere. There's an item here.
You? Yeah, you there? Stop pretending you can't see me.
You can't see him. That's the thing, you can't see him, you don't know who it is.
Why won't anyone look me in the eye? I'm not that ugly, am I?
Just hit this tree.
What'd you go and do that for?
You'll come across this guy. And he's pretty useful. You'll come across him quite a few times in the game.
I remember.
Just remember his
Some
name.
clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok.
His name's
I was
Bok.
pushed out of
Nice,
the
it's not
cave,
hard to remember
told
him.
not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree.
Kind of looks like a...
Lucky you came
well,
along.
like a...
Willie.
I don't know. It just doesn't look too well, does it?
What a shame. When they threw me out
But yeah,
of
again,
the
nothing in
cave,
this land is
took everything
well.
I own.
Everything's rotting
so
away.
this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
And then it gives you a mushroom.
Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Well, then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon.
Whatever you do, don't kill him.
But I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them. So I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore. Right. But
Alright,
I'll need a
so
moment.
exhaust his dialogue until it repeats itself. And he'll say that he's heading to a cave. He does, he heads to a cave. But you've got them 2 caves at the start to be able to, you know what I mean, explore once you've leveled up a bit. And so, you've come this far. You could go across the bridge and take out everything there. But I would not recommend it. I would keep farming the ruins for, you know what I mean, a little bit. Get to at least level 30. 25, 30, even 20, even level 20. And then take on these caves. Be sure to take on the caves, defeat the bosses in there. Kill everything in sight, you know what I mean? Farm your ruins, keep your ruins, you know what I mean, up. Then level up every chance you get. Every chance you get, just level up. But for this first part, I reckon I've shown you enough for you to just go on until I release the second part, which will be tomorrow. We'll carry on and we'll level up to that specific level. And we'll go and tackle on, you know what I mean, a couple of the quests. You know what I mean, do some of the early mini boss fights. And go more in depth about what you need to be doing next to be able to tackle that castle. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on anything that you're stuck on. If you'd like to join any of the sessions that I'm doing, you know what I mean, I'll put my gamer tag into the description of the video. I'll put my streaming links as well. I stream on Facebook, Trovo, sometimes Twitch and sometimes YouTube. But yeah, be sure to share this video amongst people that are trying to play the game and, you know what I mean, they're a bit stuck. If you're stuck yourself, just feel free to comment. And, you know what I mean, if you want to see anything about the game, you know what I mean, done as a walkthrough, let me know and I can get recorded and whatever else. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you on the next one.